Welcome to Positive Reflections with myself, Wenzile Sdula Dlamini. Today, I am chilling with one of South Africa's OGs in the game, in the entertainment space, rather, let me say. We are chilling with Sdula today. OG.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us. First things first. What's the one thing that's very special about you that not a lot of people know about?
Special about me?
Yeah, something out of the ordinary, something you find very weird or special about you that not a lot of people know about.
I'm not sure if a lot of people who have worked with me, I think, know this about me, that I'm very sharp. I'm very sharp, and especially under pressure and thinking on my feet. I can literally create an entire episode in 5 minutes.
Can you try and conceptualize a show now? Can you think of a show like in 2 seconds?
There's no pressure right now.
There's no pressure
If the show does exist, I can. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say come up with the entire show, but I can build the episode.
So let me put you in a world right now. Let me say you are in a space of, you're at NASA, right? And you are given a platform. Sdula, come up with a show for us. Let's go crazy. Let's go buck wild.
A show on NASA?
Yeah.
NASA's the guys in Houston, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, Houston, we have a problem. There's your show, eh? Let's just first discuss the problems you've had. Well, we forgot the problems, we'll find some that works.
Yeah.
But the show is about problem solving. Houston, we have a problem. There's our show.
That's already a show.
That's a
you
show.
see, that's how spot on Sdula is. Sdula is a producer. Sdula is wow. Sdula does voice. Sdula is, I don't know if you know, but Sdula does voice on Date My Family. Sdula did voice on Friends Like These. Sdula, like, I think I was like in primary school back then when I would like.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but how has that been for you, seeing yourself evolve from not only doing production but also being able to tap into other avenues within the television space?
Look, I think I've been very fortunate. People call it blessed. A lot of my things also, it is planning, but luck played a huge role in my life because I was a sound engineer, actually.
Nice.
Yes, I did
Dope.
final mix.
Wow. So that's where you started off in your.
Yeah, I studied
okay.
sound engineering and went into final mix. Mixed, but as I was mixing, because of the kind of shows I was exposed to that were coming in, because I was doing final mix at Urban Brew, and at that time Urban Brew did a whole lot of shows. I sort of developed the passion for, I'd really actually like to find myself creating some of this, No disrespect to the guys who were doing it then, but some of us come by and was like, this is crap, man. Like, no viewer want to watch this.
Now you know if you were
watch
doing
this.
stuff with Sdula back then, Sdula thinks your work was like no.
I just think it was just like people not respecting the viewer, and and because maybe I didn't study filmmaking, I never came with this thing whereby, no, film is like this and like this and like this. I was a viewer.
Yeah.
To this very day, I always say, before I'm a producer, I'm a viewer.
Yeah, definitely.
I need to. Does this make sense? As an average Joe on the street and I get on the TV, is this fun?
Yeah.
Regardless whether my camera is upside down or what, is it fun? If it's fun, okay, sharp, let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, I've came across a number of people within the television space that say, I don't even watch TV, period. Like, people say, I don't watch TV. And you're like, how are you creating?
I think people are lying. One, I think certain things, people just like to be cool sometimes when they say, no, I don't watch TV at all. What do you mean you don't watch TV? How are you a creator of TV if you don't watch it?
Well, how
where
do you
get inspiration from? Then you're probably showing us stuff that we really don't want to see or that is so outdated because you don't even know what's on it.
Because you have to keep yourself inspired all the time. And where do you draw your inspiration from?
When I was younger, it was street culture. It was just what the streets were talking. You know what I'm saying? And I was the culture as well. Back then. And then, but as I grow up now, funny enough, I'm getting inspiration from like my little sister. Sometimes even my 12-year-old daughters.
What?
It's really, I look at them and young people and how they behave, and they sort of guide me on where we're going with stuff. Also, the fact that I really think I have a taste in cool stuff. I can tell if something is cool and if it's pop.
I also think you're pretty dope.
You know, if something is
think
cool,
you're
like, I know
really
this is
dope.
cool. If it's
Yeah.
pop, if you tell me it's new, it's the culture. If it's pop, this thing is pop. It's pop. Guys, it's pop. It's not gonna work. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that because you're able to also critique your own work. You're also very honest with yourself, right? You have to be as a creative, as a producer, as someone that is heavy in. I'm gonna say you're heavy in the space, in the entertainment space, but like you have to be able to sit back and critique your own work before the next person does. How does that help you go forward in your craft?
It's quite possibly one of my worst traits, I think, because I will watch a show, will shoot something, I'm gonna hate it until I watch it and edit. And I'm going to hate it and edit. And eventually in edit, when I'm saying, okay, cool, we never actually, I'm never satisfied saying, cool, we can now submit it. You know, there's always, I'll watch something and if I'm not happy with one frame and there's no way of fixing it and edit because it was shot wrong, almost like my entire mind is so fixated on that shot that it's one thing we must never get wrong again. It's that thing, you know. I'm always, I learned a lot from Danny Ferreira, who used to be the owner of Urban Brew and my boss. He always spoke about shooting TV in frames and don't just shoot it to fill up space. So I watch something and I critique it so hard on myself that I never understand people around me say, oh, it was awesome. Like, really?
It was really awesome.
Was it awesome?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'll show you awesome in the next job I do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm always then trying to get better and better and better because I'm so hard on myself. You know, I watch something on TV that I've watched over 50 times in edit. The day it plays on air, trust me, I'm pacing up and down.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
And you're like uncomfortable. Like,
I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to see what social media is saying. My friends say, oh, Tula, I love you. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm watching it. It's as if I'm watching it for the first time where I'm even making changes and something's okay already. Ah, wrong camera. This is wrong. I can't believe this.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
This is something I've watched over 50 times and approved. You know?
feel you, yeah.
And if there's something that I say that bothered me in edit,
Yeah.
that whole show, in fact, I'm chilling with my friends and I'm telling them, you must see what happens at this part of the show.
And it's like you're ruining it for everyone else that's watching it now.
Yeah. And then they watch it like, yeah, there's nothing wrong. I'm like, you don't know what dope is. I'll show you dope one day.
Yeah, I feel you. So you're so heavy with critiquing yourself. How, or rather, let me not even say how, are you able to be a little bit lighter when it comes to critiquing the next person's work? Or are you 10 times worse now?
You know, when it comes to critiquing other work, I'm very hard, but I keep it to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will never go out there and criticize another producer, another director, or another person in the same space doing the same job because I know the challenges that happen in production. You know what I'm saying? I can almost tell sometimes by watching something on air, I can tell the challenges they had, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll knock them and saying, yeah, but I feel like then you could have done this to fix this, you know? But I'm not gonna like go out there and start criticizing, oh no, that thing is pop. But yeah, by myself when I'm watching, I'm like, whew, yeah,
Yeah, that was
tough, you know?
tricky.
What happened there? Budget, I can tell. Oh, they forgot a camera. Oh, the light. Ooh. And that was a bit harsh. You know what I'm saying? You know, I look at it like, ooh, that's a bit tough, eh?
That could have went a little bit better.
You know? But a lot of the time, I'm critiquing like to myself because I usually I can tell what your problem you had in production. Look, after doing a live TV show for about 8 years, there's almost nothing in production that you've never experienced.
So speaking of live show, do you remember the very first live show that you did? And how was that experience for you?
The year was 2009, I think.
Okay.
Late 2009. Or was it 2010? 2009, I think. The very first episode, I'm not sure whether it was the first episode or second episode, but it was in the first month, man. I mean,
yeah,
where Kanyimba was going to come perform on the show.
Okay.
Kanye is coming to perform. Kanye calls me. She's like, I want to bring a Lamborghini in studio. Trust me. She said Lamborghini. I knew exactly what we were going to do. I said, yes, bring it.
Yeah.
You know, now I must go to SABC and pitch this thing. Yeah, I want to bring a Lamborghini. First of all, you think SABC, branding, what. They were like, yeah, free advertising. I'm like, well, first of all, I don't think any of our viewers can afford a Lambo, so that's not a problem. We don't really advertise in the car here. But we want Kanye to drive in a Lambo. I had seen something similar many, many years ago. The Soul Train Awards where Snoop was performing with Dre and they drove a 6'4" onto the stage. And it was, and little did I know that one day this would inspire me to actually want to create something like this. But as soon as Kanye said Lambo, I said, done.
It's done.
Your verse is coming, you're driving in that Lambo. We're going to kill it. We're getting a Beyonce fan for you. The works. We did that thing. That was a very special show for me.
Yeah.
A very special show.
While you were chilling in control that day, when the director said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, how did you feel in that moment, in that chair, at that very moment? How did you feel when you went live?
It's the exact same way I feel even today. I want to go pee. That is the honest truth. What? Every time that the director comes down, I want to go pee.
Wild. That is really wild.
Always happens. I'm so nervous.
Do your palms sweat as well?
Yeah.
I get sweaty palms all the time.
I pace up and down. And I just remember everything that we forgot to do to prepare for this particular moment.
Hectic.
It just comes down like, oh, we forgot this, we forgot that.
Yeah.
That insert that's playing at this. Did I actually watch that entire insert? Or did I see that? I didn't see the final draft of it,
Yeah.
Is everything approved? Is there nothing, you know what I'm saying? Everything just comes boom, 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 boom.
You're literally that rooted into your work. Now, from what you have achieved so far, up till this very moment right now, what do you think you have, or you can rather contribute to the next generation that's coming to take over the TV scene in South Africa?
I actually had a friend of mine who I work with. He said it about 4 times in the last couple of months, like, when are you going to write a book? I'm like, about what? It's like, write a textbook. Because half the things that you say,
very interesting.
You talk about, have sound like so hectic. And to talk about you've experienced it, like I talk about something, no. We do it like this because and this and this and this to avoid this. Like, how did you think about this? I'm like, no, but don't you know it? He's like, write a book or something, And I'm not sure about writing a book, but I'm always keen to take on young people under my wing for a production I'm working on, I always say one thing that I want to be remembered for when I die is to have been somebody who changed lives. I'm very passionate about that. So if it, for me, I'm always willing to take young people, even young girls now even more. And when I say young girls, I'm not talking about bringing on as a production assistant or a runner or in the office. I want a girl manning a camera, I want her a flow manage. I want literally the work that is considered a guy's work. I'm like, no.
Open the doors for females
open
to
the
do it
females
more.
now,
And I feel like there's quite a lot of females that are actually trying to move into doing the technical parts of production. But anyway, aside from production,
I want to tell you about that though.
Yeah.
There's a girl that I was introduced to in Durban. I got a DM from her friend who's this side. Who told me about this friend in Durban who interned at Urban Brew, vision mixing and camera operating, and we're shooting the KZN Awards. I was like, okay, cool, I need operators done in Durban. Okay, cool, go, young, small girl. Comes through there. Now, all the cameramen and the director ask me, okay guys, who's manning which camera? I swear to God, the guys chose, I'll do this one, I'll do this one. She was quiet. She was given the easiest, if not the weakest camera to manage.
Oh my word.
But you know what? She was the best of the night. Her shots were the best of all of them. You know what I'm saying? She kept it simple, kept it disciplined. And I was like, look at this. What happened to our SAFTA nominees and SAFTA winners here? With their shaky shots. We see you.
Sdula, one by one. Sdula, thank you so much for sharing your gems today with us. There's just so much more that we could pick out, but what we want to highlight the most is that there's like highest of highs that you go through, and there's lowest of lows that you go through, right? Yeah. And what's the highest of highs that you've experienced so far?
Just there's so many of them, and
just one.
I always feel like they outdo each other, but then you're like, no, but that moment was special. Just one?
Or the highs are just the highs?
Yeah, man. Look, I think right now, it has to be the KZN Entertainment Awards.
Okay.
With the Crown Gospel Awards.
Okay.
I think those two, they so big for me because it's something that I spoke about many years ago that I'm gonna do awards one day. You know, in fact, it's a dream that me and Akumzi shared. Like, I'll produce them, you'll direct them. You know what I'm saying? And how they just came up in 2020 in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
You're getting opportunity to do awards. Like,
Great things always come to life.
you know what I'm saying?
Great things always come to
And
life.
I mean, the crowns, I pitched the virtual awards to them, which was, it wasn't like virtual, nobody's thinking like, I did that. But I actually ended up doing the proper award ceremony. I was like, this is dope, this is dope, this is dope.
Well, all I can say is that this is just the beginning to many more greater things that you are going to work on, especially like things like awards that you really want to do going forward, you know. And from chilling with us here today on Positive Reflections, what's the one thing that you have taken from everything that you have said so far about your journey? If you were to like just reflect, actually, out of everything that I've said right now, this is how I feel about my journey so far.
You know, the conversation, because honestly speaking, I think walking in here today, the past week, I haven't really been in a great space. Funny enough, even though it was my birthday last week.
Aww.
It's just one of those when there's something about men and growing up. When we grow up and there's a lot of uncertainty.
You're like, yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, just wait, just wait.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
give me another 3 months.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And after the conversation that we've had here, and what you're saying, and I'm like, oh man, boy, yes, it's not so bad, eh?
Not so bad,
It's not
right?
bad at all, you know.
It can only get better.
Yeah, yes, maybe I do set the bar a bit high for myself, but then again, if I don't, who will?
I mean, that's standard procedure.
I want to be great, guys. I'm not lying.
You're already
and I
great.
will not be modest about it.
You're already great.
And I want to roll.
If you don't know Sdula, trust me, one day you will know Sdula because it's already great and it's going to become
I'm
greater.
a work in progress, but yeah.
Thank you so much for coming through, Sdula. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.